Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paul Ruiz, also known as Dude, and today I bring you guys a Weavile Talonflame team. This team is really interesting. It has a lot of standard stuff with Annihilate, Archaludon, Goldingo, Sinistcha, but I think Weavile is an interesting Pokemon because of its offensive typing and its great speed tier. Weavile is a Pokemon that has access to Fake It as well, so we're going to be using it in this team. But before we get into the details of the team, as usual, I would like to remind you that subscribing to the channel helps me a ton. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing and leave it a like on the video if you enjoyed this content. Let's begin. So my idea was that I wanted to build something with Weavile. That was my idea. And I was like, okay, Weavile, what can Weavile basically offer? It's a really fast Pokemon for the current format, and as it has, I think, 125 base speed, and it's usually, overlooked because of SNEASLER. Like, SNEASLER is the counterpart. SNEASLER is a new Pokemon added in the Legends Arceus games, which is the counterpart of Weavile because it evolves from Hisuian Sneasel. And it's a fighting and poison type. And we know what SNEASLER can do. But Weavile was first, and Weavile has an interesting typing. It has the same typing as Chien-Pao, of course. But it does have access to Fake Out and all their interesting stuff. So when deciding what to, pair with Weavile, I was thinking what Weavile can do. And it's a very good offensive Pokemon because of its fast speed, as I said. A good offense, Focus Sash set. It's usually something that can work well on Tailwind teams. So I wanted to add Tailwind. But at the same time, I wanted to maybe exploit a little bit more what Weavile can do, in the sense that it can be a very good offensive Pokemon, but also has the access to the fastest beat up in the game. And beat up is a move that is stab on Weavile, so that's a little bit, let's say, counterintuitive, because beat up is a move that by itself is not supposed to do a lot of damage, but it actually uses the Pokemon attack stat to calculate the damage. And then it has a unique mechanic that it uses, like, the base power of the move. It's decided based on a formula that uses the base attack of all the Pokemon you bring to the battle. But the attack stat of the user of beat up is calculated. So it is using the calculation to, decide how much damage you do also. So having a max attack Weavile that is also stab, right, is not ideal. But I decided to patch that a little bit with some other interesting things. So Weavile is going to use Beat Up into two of the best, I think, Pokemon that you can use, Beat Up with. One is Annihilate, and the other is Archaludon. Why? Because Annihilate has this move called Rage Fist. You probably already know that, what it does, how strong it is, how it works. And it's usually paired with something like Mouse Hold, because Mouse Hold's Beat Up is really weak, so you don't do that much damage to your Annihilate. But Weavile is faster than Mouse Hold, so you can get faster Beat Ups. And that sometimes is actually better. Of course, you're going to do a little bit more of damage, so I decided to add Sinistcha to also compensate for that. Because beat up from Weavile is usually doing around 30% to Annihilate, which is a lot of damage. But if you get one bulk up first, then it's going to do less. It's going to do around 18, 17%, which is fine. 17 is something I can live with. And of course, you can recover that with your Citrus Berry. You can recover that with Drain Punch recovery later. And you can also recover that with Sinistcha Hospitality. So this Weavile has Knockoff. I think Knockoff is obviously an amazing move, especially on fast Pokemon like Weavile. You can knock off, a lot of important items for the opponent. For example, Power Hair from Archaludon, Choice Scarf, Choice Band from other Pokemon. You can knock off Eviolites, and it's a, it's a fast knockoff, so that's always really good. Triple Axle is an amazing move when it lands. That's the main thing here. Triple Axle is a ice type attack that has this multi-hit interaction. It hits up to 3 times, and each hit can miss. Has a 10% chance of missing for each hit. The first one is 20 base power, the second one is 40 base power, and the third one is 60 base power for a total of 120 base power combined. So that's really powerful. It's like let's say it's like a ice type Flare Blitz or something like that, that instead of giving you recoil, you have a 10% chance of missing each hit. But if you connect all those 3 hits, it's an immensely powerful ice type attack. And it's good because it can even KO Pokemon that are Focus Sash. Like SNEASLER, for example. SNEASLER is not weak to Triple Axle, but it has, I think, a 75% chance to Oko Sash SNEASLER. And I think that was, to me, what sold me on this move. Yeah, it sucks that it can miss. It sucks that sometimes it's inconsistent. But honestly, 10% is not that bad. There's people just clicking, skill shot heat waves out there. Although, this case, each hit has an independent accuracy check. So each hit can miss. You can hit the first and then miss the other one. You can hit the first two and then miss the third one, things like that. But, you know, it's really powerful when it connects. So yeah, we have knockoff, beat up, triple axle, and fake out on this Weavile. It's a very fast and powerful Weavile with pickpocket and focus sash. I think pickpocket is a really interesting ability because it's situational. It works this way. Like when Weavile is hit by a contact move, it steals the item from the opponent if it has no item. Because we have focus sash, you can let them attack you with like a very powerful move or a super effective move. Activate your focus sash and then you steal their item. Which is really fun interaction because, for example, you can let an Incineroar go for a Flare Blitz into you. That is going to bring you down to Focus Sash. And then your Focus Sash activates and you steal their Citrus Berry, for example. Their Assault Vest, their Safety Goggles. Same for an Annihilate. You let Annihilate go for a Drain Punch into you, bring you down to Focus Sash. Focus Sash activates and then you steal their leftovers, their Citrus Berry. It can be interesting in some scenarios. That only works with contact moves, though. I would have preferred if that was like for any move, but it's only for physical moves that make contact or contact moves in general because to my understanding there are some special moves that are also considered contact moves like Grass Snout, for example, but they are very, very rare. So yeah, Pickpocket Weavile, very fast, 125 base speed as I said. We have Talonflame, which is I think 1 point faster than Weavile, 126 base speed. But obviously, Talonflame has a Gale Wing, so you have that priority Tailwind if your HP is at full. Cover Cloak set, so you cannot be flinched by Fake Out. Braver Tailwind, Will-O-Wisp Taunt. Really bulky, max HP, max speed with Terra Ghost in case you want to avoid something like, you know, Fake Out breaking your Gale Wings, so you still get that Tailwind with priority. Or something like maybe a Population Run from Mousehole or Extreme Speed, things like that. We have Annihilate, classic set with Rage Fist, Drain Punch, Bulk Up, Protect, Terra Fire to avoid getting burned, and also Citrus Berry. I think the Citrus Berry, usually when you see Sinistcha on like most Annihilate teams, I've seen that Annihilate sometimes have Spill Attack, sometimes Safety Goggles, different things, because the Sinistcha is already giving you recovery. But because this Weavile is going to beat up on you, and as I said, beat up does around 30% to Annihilate, I decided to still give it a Citrus Berry. You know, the added recovery is going to be really important in some cases, I think. And then we have our Archaludon, Dragon Pulse, Electroshock, Snarl, Body Press. We have Terra Grass on it, just very consistent, resisting ground moves, also being immune to Spore, Rage Powder, Assault Vest, really standard Archaludon. But we have Snarl. I think Snarl is really important into other Archaludons, for example, or into Goldangos or things like that. We have our own Goldango, which also benefits from Tailwind. You know, it's a Metal Coat Goldango. It's not trade specs. Still has the option to set up, but still has the option to go for a really powerful Make Your Rain with the Metal Gold, boosting those steel types by 20%. Make Your Rain, Shadow Bolt, Nasty Blood, Protect. Terra Dragon is really bulky also. I do have a lot of bulk on it, but it's also fast, so it can obviously utilize the Tailwind better. And then we have Sinistcha. Sinistcha is really good next to Archaludon. They have really good synergy. Sinistcha covering for ground and fighting moves that Archaludon is weak to. You have the added Hospitality Recovery, 25% upon switching on your partner. Matcha Gotcha, Rage Water, Life, do Trick Room with Terra Water. Rocky Helmet, because we have the Citrus Berry and Annihilate, so Rocky Helmet can be good to break SNEASLER, Focus Sash, for example, forcing them to attack into you with Rage Powder, or just other physical attackers. I think Rocky Helmet is an okay ability item on Sinistcha. I would prefer Citrus Berry, but the Citrus Berry I think was needed on Annihilate. So yeah, guys, this is the team. You have the rental code in the right side of your screen. You also have the Pokebase in the description down below. So let's get into some matches and let's see if we can use Weavile in this team. And we found an opponent. We're playing against Kich from 3724 rating, and it's using a Murkrow team with Goldango, Rillaboom, Garchomp, Hisuian Typhlosion, SNEASLER, and Murkrow, as I said. So, it's a Tailwind team, right? Like a bulky offensive Tailwind team. So we probably need to bring Talonflame up front. And the good thing is, like, SNEASLER. SNEASLER is the version they have. I have the stronger one, Weavile. Weavile goes crazy here. Unfortunately, Weavile obviously is super frail, so it's not going to have a lot of opportunities to do like the damage. But I have a super effective move into five of the 6 Pokemon of my opponent's team, which is really nice. And so we're going to Weavile, Talonflame up front, in the back. Probably want to go Annihilate. I think Annihilip's really good into SNEASLER. And finally, do I go Goldango or Archaludon? I think I might want to go Goldango just because it's good into SNEASLER as well. But yeah, so this is not a bad matchup. It's not a great matchup either, but it's not a bad matchup. We have the option to match Tailwinds. We can obviously hit, as I said, 5 out of the 6 Pokemon for super effective with Weavile, Alon, and then depending on how they open, they can open with Garchomp or Typhlosion. It's actually Garchomp, so they're kind of forced to go for a. I want to Will-O-Wisp fake out so badly. I don't think I can afford to do that. What if they're just Terrifier? I can Tailwind. Triple Axle the Murkrow. Yeah, they're Terastallizing. Most likely the Garchomp. The question is, are you Terastallizing into a Fire or Steel? Steel, so I could have technically gone for a Will-O-Wisp. My only concern here is if you have Rock Slide or not. We match Tailwinds, so let's see. Triple Axle does connect the first one. Can we get 3 hits here? We need 3 hits, Weavile. Thank you so much. Marker's gone. And we have the Focus Sash and Weavile, so we are always going to survive, but please don't have Rock Slide. Oh my god, that did so much damage. You're a Choice Bandit or Life Orb. Are you Life Orb? You're a Life Orb, yeah. Life Orb with... Now they're bringing Rillaboom, right? To Grassy Glide. SNEASLER, actually. Okay, so I can Dream Punch you. In Terra. Triple Axle or Knockoff. I'm gonna lose Weavile. I'm gonna Terra Knockoff you. Oh! Okay. Technically, it's a similar outcome. Let's see what they're doing. Terra goes Weavile, just to avoid potential fake out, of course. If they go for Dark Claw or anything like that, like weird going down. But we avoid the fake out. And we knock off you for a 1-hit KO. Nice. It was Choice Specs. We Drain Punch, break your Sash. That Drain Punch was not into you, by the way. It was into your Garchomp. So I think I bulk up here and Triple Axle into SNEASLER. I can also double into Garchomp. He saw that I doubled into Garchomp the previous turn, so maybe he protects this time and tries to eliminate the Weavile. So I'm just gonna go for the SNEASLER. He could also protect SNEASLER. Oh, he did protect. He's gonna go for a Protect Earthquake, I think. Yep, he got me there. I wasn't expecting him to have Earthquake and Rock Slide on a team with Rillaboom, bro. You have Rillaboom. And you showed Rock Slide, so like, you don't have Stomping Tantrum? Or maybe you just don't have Protect. Maybe that's it, and he doesn't have Protect. Oh, man. Because he did switch out when he had the option to protect. So I think I Dream Punch here and protect Goldango. Let's see what he goes for. He's not protecting, so maybe this SNEASLER has... He's just gonna Dark Claw the Annihilate and pray. Yeah, he's just gonna pray. He gets the paralysis. I would have preferred a poison. And he Earthquakes his own SNEASLER. Bro is crazy. He's literally crazy. Come on. I need you to break through Annihilate, please. Please, Annihilate. Don't get fully paralyzed. We deserve this win. Thank you. Bro, it's crazy. He has Earthquake on a team with Rillaboom, and he just Earthquakes himself. Okay. What a game. SNEASLER with Garchomp sometimes can be annoying, but we do have Weavile to technically beat both. Although, obviously, the Garchomps are usually going to Terra. But Triple Axel can OHKO SNEASLER. It's a super high chance. So yeah, GG to our opponent. That was an intense first game. And let's get into the next one, guys. And we found another opponent, Brennan from 121. Let's see what they're using. They're using this P2 Insane Among Us Garchomp SNEASLER Goldango team. I think this is the same 6 that won the Louisville Regional a couple of weeks ago. Maybe different sets, but at least it's the same team, like in terms of Pokemon picks. I think Weavile, Annihilate are strong lead against teams like this. I do think I want to bring Sinistcha just to have a Garchomp switch in. And Sinistcha is not bad into Garchomp with SNEASLER either. On top of providing recovery to the team. Maybe Goldango? Yeah, let's go with Goldango as the last one. And Among Us switching is never a bad thing. I mean, we have 2 Among Us switchings. And, yeah, I think, if anything, I think they're going to lead with Garchomp and SNEASLER. That's my guess. I think the Garchomp in this team was Terra Fire with... Yeah, there it is. SNEASLER and Garchomp. Like, the original one was Terra Fire with Clear Amulet and SNEASLER Terra Flying with Coaching. So, I'm going to go for... I could fake out... Yeah, I think I'm going to fake out the SNEASLER and bulk up. I don't know if they have Protect. I remember they have Coaching. I think they did have Protect Coaching in the original one. It is a Louisville winning team, but could be different sets. The only true thing is like you have to react here because there's a Weavile in front of your Garchomp, so maybe they switch out. Yeah, they do switch out into Porygon 2. Okay. I think Porygon 2 was Terra Ground. I can triple axle the Weavile for a knockout. But at the same time, I can just knock off the P2 and Drain Punch. But honestly, I don't want to deal with Dire Claw shenanigans. So I'm just going to go for another bulk up and triple axle there. Come on, Weavile, don't miss. 2. Crit doesn't matter. I need the third one. And I missed the third one. Oh, come on. Crit didn't matter. Crit didn't matter. Weavile, it was your only chance. You needed to eliminate this imposter. Okay, give me your item. I imagine it's Focus Sash. Yeah, so we traded Focus Sash for Focus Sash. That's okay. What is P2 doing? Is it going for Trick Room? Yeah, it's going for Trick Room, actually. So we're going for Trick Room. So I'm going to go for Goldango here. And just go for a... What could they have in the back? I think they have their own Goldango, right? So I don't want to give them a free switching yet. Let's Dream Punch the P2. Oh. They swapped that slot into Goldango. Into a Moongoose. They brought a Moongoose. Okay. Like, I don't mind this. SNEASLER shouldn't be able to touch me. So I'm gonna Nasty Plot. How many Trick Room turns are left? I think P2 is Terra Ground. They switched his SNEASLER out here into P2, I think. And Spore the Annihilate. Never mind. They did it the other way around. That's fair. That's fair. SNEASLER did his job for them, so they are just sacking it. And his job was just dodging the triple axle. The speech is +1. And they are Terra Ground, I think. So Terra Blast KOs Goldango. So I need to switch out into Sinistcha. I can let them put an Annihilate to sleep, but... Nah, I'd rather not do it. I think it's better to just Rage Powder this P2's ground attacks. He's not going for a ground attack. Spore into what was the Annihilate. And Ice Beam into the Goldango. Last turn. So I'm going to go for another Nasty Plot, and I'm going to click Rage Powder. No Terra Ground P2, so maybe it's not Terra Ground, maybe it's Terra Fighting. Rolling buff here. Ice Beam is going to KO me. So I'm +2. Now I'm going to be +4. And Trick Room is over, I think. Yeah. So I can bring Weavile. Click Fake Out, Make It Rain. I should not KO P2. Trick Room is over, right? Yeah. So I fake out the P2 and Make It Rain here. They swap P2 just to let Weavile to basically sack Archum and force me to lose Weavile. I think that's a smart play. Amungus went for a protect. Because of rough skin. Yeah, so they're counting on P2 killing Goldango. However, Annihilate does not have the defense boost anymore, so you're not gonna get the special attack boost from download anymore. Nope. So I think B2's gonna get an attack boost this time. Because remember guys, when you have defense boost, those defense boosts, they do matter into the download calculation. I don't have the defense boost anymore. So you're not gonna get a special attack boost. Unless I'm miscalculating something here. Yeah, attack boost, exactly. I think Goldingo dies, Amungus dies to a +3, make it rain. Unless it's like specially defensive. And I go for bulk up here. Rage Powder. I mean, technically they could have gone for a Terra on the Amungus, like Terra Water for example. But if you Terra Water the Amungus, you're not Terra Slicing the P2, so P2 cannot touch Goldango. Wow, that almost KO'd the P2. I was not expecting that. Good to know. You go for Trick Room, okay, but... The battle was cancelled, yeah, bro. When are you supposed to Terrasalize? He had the option to Terrasalize. Maybe he is Terra Fighting P2 instead of Terra Ground. I think the original one had Terra Ground. But honestly, if you had Terra Ground, you had to click it already. So maybe he was not Terra Ground. That's the only explanation I can think of. But yeah, unfortunately, Weavile missed that last triple axle on the SNEASLER. So he couldn't KO the Imposter. But SNEASLER is obviously a Pokemon that demands a lot of respect. Weavile does have the option to KO it, of course, assuming you connect the 3 hits. And Weavile did put in work overall. I think it's a nice anti-meta Pokemon because it has the strong ice moves into all these dragon types and all these Pokemon that are weak to ice. Alongside, of course, having the option to knock off Eviolites, for example, which is always really good. So, GG to our opponent. Let's get into the next one. And we found an opponent. We're playing against Aizen, which has the Electrode. Hisuian Electrode. Tauros. I think it's Aquatorter, Baxcalibur, Ninetales, Goldango, and Incineroar. What is that Hisuian Electrode supposed to do here? Screech? I don't know what are you supposed to provide to your teammates. Maybe Screech. I guess there are a few physical attackers. Okay, but I'm going Weavile and Annihilate. I think I want to go Talonflame just because they have Electrode, which can be... I don't know if it gets Electro Web or Thunder Wave. It might be something like that, honestly. So Talonflame doesn't feel bad. And then Goldango, I think, right? Or maybe Archaludon. Maybe Archaludon, yeah. Let's go with Archaludon. I don't know what Electrode is supposed to do, if I'm being completely honest with you. I know it gets, you know, there was a set that had the loaded dice, Bullet Seed into a Scarf Annihilate just to activate Rage Fist to give more stacks. But I'm seeing a potential spec set being here on the Calc with Chloroblast, Thunderbolt, Giga Drain, Bolt Switch as an option. Okay. It has to wait because there's a Excalibur here. I don't know if the Ninetale has Encore. To me, this Ninetale has the option to go for Encore in a team like this. So I don't want to go for Volcups. I might knock off your item and just Terra Volcup, honestly. He is terrestrializing first, so that should be the Ninetales. Yeah, it's the Ninetales. Into a Fairy. Terra Fairy Ninetales. That's interesting. I don't think you have Encore then. You probably are a Choice Specs variant. If anything. Well, if you attack me, you're going to give me stacks. Knock off into the Excalibur doing 20%. That's Killer Amulet. Dazzling Gleam. That's Choice Specs Ninetales. It did around 25% resisted. This Choice Specs Ninetales. And I think the Excalibur is going for maybe like Skill Shot, probably, or Glaive Rush. Ooh, Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance. I'm gonna triple axle into the Ninetales and click Protect. Just sacking the Weavile, basically. Didn't switch out. I'm not sacking the Weavile. Apparently the Excalibur is lower than Weavile even after the Dragon Dance. High horsepower. And Dazzling Gleam. I mean, I am sacking the Weavile, but not into Excalibur, which is what I was expecting. Okay, so I bring Talonflame now and I click Tailwind. The question here is, do I go for Drain Punch or do I go for Rage Fist? Because Drain Punch is 75, Rage Fist is 100, so they do the same. Factor in, of course, the stab. No, it does. The Drain Punch always does more. Because 100 plus stab is 150, Drain Punch is 75, plus stab, that is what, 37 more, so it's like 112, and then super effective. But I'm gonna Tailwind and Drain Punch you. You switch out back Excalibur into Goldango. What? I mean, your Ninetales is locked into Dazzling Gleam, and you're using that Dazzling Gleam into two fighting fire types. I don't know if that helps you. Goldango could be Sash. I think the Sash should be in that thing. So I just Braver here and Rage Fist here. Ninetales switches out into something and Goldango protects. To back Excalibur. Yeah. So it's gonna try to KO the Talonflame, I guess. Dragon Dance back Excalibur. How many Tailwind turns? 2. I think I want to switch here and go for a Rage Fist. He could protect. I don't know if the Excalibur has protect, but Ice Shard, thank you for the defense boost. So it's Dragon Dance, High Horsepower, Ice Shard. That's a weird set. That's a super weird set. Does it not have protect? Let's bring in Taurus to give me the Intimidate. Mirror Herb, so it's copying my changes. It might have Aqua Jet. This +2. But Aqua Jet is a weak move. And I still have my Citrus Berry. I'm gonna Rage Fist here. Taurus went for Protect. Okay. Just sacking this thing. Then the Ninetales comes. But I think I just protect Body Press. I think I might be faster than Taurus. Like, Taurus needs to be Jolly to outspeed Annihilate. Maybe he is Jolly and he outspeeds me, so I need to bring Talonflame. Let's see. Blizzard? Specs, Blizzard. Getting the defense boost. Raging Bull. So yeah, I think I just Body Press here. Or maybe even Dragon Pulse. I think Dragon Pulse might do more. Because Taurus defense is higher than its special defense, so I'm +2. I still think neutral Dragon Pulse does more than +2, and we just Rage Fist here. And I'm faster, so you're not even Jolly, bro. If you have that set, you should be Jolly Taurus. I'm just saying. But regardless of the fact that you were not Jolly, I think I would have won regardless, because let's say you're Jolly, you attack my Annihilate, you get the KO, I do, I don't know, 40% to you, 50%, I don't know how much Dragon Pulse does, probably around 50, and then I bring Talonflame, right? I just click Braver into you. Maybe you can Aqua Jet, but I still think Archaludon should win at that point with another Dragon Pulse. But yeah, GG to our opponent. That was an intense set. Let's get into the next one. And we found another opponent. Someone that is pretty high in the ladder is using a Dragapult, Armor, SNEASLER, and DD, Smeargle, and Torkoal team. I don't know why this gives me Weakness Policy Armors vibes, honestly. I might go Talonflame with Weavile. I think Talonflame Weavile is okay. Archaludon plus... The last one is tricky. I think Annihilate. But I need to eliminate that thing. It's going to be a tough one for sure. Opponent's team has 2 fire types. So Archaludon technically is not in the best spot. I wonder what that Smeagol is supposed to do there. Smeagol Dragapult. So I can fake out the Smeagol taunt. They could have Indeedee in the back to switch in here. I can Tailwind. Triple Axle. I'm going to Tailwind Triple Axle. I think Fake Out is so obvious that you might need to react to it somehow. Maybe like protect this Smeagol or switching into Indeedee or Terastallizing or whatever. Or just not doing anything. That also works. 1, 2, 3. Bye-bye, Smeagol. We KO you through Focus Sash. I'm extremely surprised that they just let the Dragapult there. U-turn? Well, give me your item. Come on, give me your item. Give it to me. You don't have your Choice Band anymore or whatever. Wait. Okay, yeah, Choice Band was stolen. So you're not Choice Banded anymore. I am Choice Banded now. Huh. I am Choice Banded now. What do you bring here? Indeedee, right? Indeedee, yeah. So I need to taunt the Indeedee and go for beat up. Beat up, sorry, knockoff. Maybe I triple axle. No, I'm just gonna knock off. It's Terastallizing. Indeed, he's Terastallizing into a fairy. Yeah, that's why I wanted to triple axle, but I think Bandit triple axle would not get the job done anyways. Oh, he went for protect. Interesting. I went for taunt, buddy. So, are you going for Dazzling Gleam here? I imagine he's going for Dazzling Gleam. He tried to Trick Room on me. Wow. I'm gonna switch Archaludon here. And I'm gonna knock off into your thing. If your Indeedee does not have a fairy move or a normal move, anything to hit his Weavile, then I think I just win here. You cannot follow me. I don't think your armor is just like Focus Sash. Talon switches out because if they go for a Dazzling Gleam, they kill Weavile, but at least they give a boost to Archaludon. Knockoff comes off. No Focus Sash. This is a banded knockoff now. It was Power Herb. Psychic, so it cannot touch Weavile. So Weavile just goes crazy here. He had the option to just follow me, attack, and he went for Protect Trick Room. So, that's what you get for trying to make those reads. I think I might just go for Snarl. Knockoff. The game's over. Game's over. He just canceled the battle because they indeed reveal Psychic, so it cannot touch Weavile. Weavile is locked into knockoff, so it's just gonna KO the Dragapult. That was a great Weavile game. Even though it was super fast, I think If you disrespect Weavile, this kind of things can happen. I think Pickpocket is so fun to use. It's a really fun ability. Sometimes it can be maybe a little bit against you because you might, for example, want Weavile to stay in the field for a little bit longer, right, for an extra turn because of your Focus Sash. But then you steal a life for example, you know, something like that. But in this case, it was great because at the end of the day, you're still taking away your opponent's item if this scenario happens. So it was always good to, you know, to get rid of that choice band on the Dragapult. So yeah, GG to our opponent. Let's get into the next one. And we just found another opponent, Grail from 1140 rating, which is using a balanced team with Solo Doso. SNEASLER, Baxcalibur, Dondoso, Rillaboom, Volcarona, and King Gambit. Okay, I think this team is quite standard, or has been quite standard in like some European tournaments. Volcarona is usually Terra Fairy, Terra Blast. Doso usually has Yawn, Fisher, or Curse sometimes. SNEASLER typically tends to have Coaching. I think Baxcalibur is loaded dice. Do I want to bring Talonflame? I want to bring a lot of Pokemon here, honestly. I want to bring my entire team to this match, but I have to pick only 4. I have to pick only 4. Yeah, I'm going to go with Goldengo and Sinistcha in the back. I think, of course, both are weak to Volcarona, so I'm bringing 3 Pokemon that are technically weak to Volcarona. But I have to be very careful with that. And I think Volcarona, like, Annihilate just destroys Volcarona. If I am able to get some stacks. And because I'm Terra Fire, shouldn't be a problem. SNEASLER Baxcalibur up front. So I could fake out either. He could protect Coaching. Or he could protect... You know what? I think... He could also fake me out. I think fake out the back... I think it's Terra Ghost. Oh, this is a tricky turn 1. I'm gonna book a fake out. He's going for a Terra Ghost. I almost called it. I almost called it and went for knockoff Terra Ghost my own. I almost called it. It's so risky to make that play. The only reason why I didn't want that at the end of the day was because I was thinking that I might need the Terra on an islet for the Volcarona, if Volcarona's in the back, so I didn't want to commit my Terra to Weavile. But honestly, Terra Ghost knockoff. Oh, he went for this thing. What are you doing? You're giving me the stacks. Now I destroy you. I'm going to switch into Sinistcha and just click Rage Fist into you. The Citrus Berry is still active, so that was such a ballsy play. Like, giving an Eyelid all those stacks is so risky. Like, I don't mind losing Sinistcha here if you, for some reason, target that slot. But I imagine he's going to go for Kojin into his own Baxcalibur and do it again. Icicle Spear. Bro, imagine if I went for Terra Fire. Like, my Rage Fist now is 350. Like, I'm gonna KO everything. And I think this thing is gonna go for Dire Claw now. Yeah, just for RNG, please. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was a super, super, super aggressive play. Okay, do you bring now the Dozo? Volcarona. Fair enough. I think I just Rage Powder, Terra, Rage Fist. If your Volcarona is slower than my Annihilate, I think that's just game. If you're faster, you can eliminate Sinistcha. Maybe with Heat Wave and like Dark Claw. Let's see. I always Rage Powder here. Dark Claw. No status yet. And you're slower. Okay. So bye-bye Volcarona. At this point, I just KO everything. If the last one is Dondoso, then maybe he has a chance. It's King Gambit. It's King Gambit, yeah, it's over. It's so over. I can Rage Powder and just Rage Fizz this thing. Oh, he didn't actually protect the King Gambit. What? He disconnected. Bro, literally disconnected. Why did you disconnect, bro? His safety goggles, so he was able to ignore my Rage Powder, but I killed this SNEASLER. Why did you Rage Quit, my friend? You can still win. Your safety goggles. But yeah, I mean, it was a fun game at the end of the day. I think my opponent actually still had the chance of winning, even though it was a 4 versus 1, just because the King Gambit is goggles. So my plan there was I just protect, switch into Goldango. No, I protect and switch into Weavile actually. And then next turn I go for Fake Out and Bulk Up, getting a +2. And then the subsequent turn, I protect switch into Sinistcha, right? Yeah, at that point, I should be out of range of Sucker Punch, even though he did get a coaching boost. If I manage to get another Bulk Up, I am technically out of range, I think. So, GG to my opponent. Let's continue with another one. And we found another opponent, a Japanese, well, maybe not Japanese, an Asian player, which is using Quaquaval. Okay, he's using Quaquaval with Pelipper, with Archaludon, with King Gambit, with Rillaboom, and Dragapult. So I think this is... I could be wrong, but I think Focus Sash is probably the best item in Quaquaval. So I wonder if he's also using Scarf Pelipper as I was using on my version. We could go Weavile up front. With Arch. Right? And then Sinistcha is really good. Quaquaval check. As for the last one, I'm thinking maybe Annihilate. I don't think Talonflame is really good into a rain matchup. But let's go with Annihilate. Let's go with Annihilate. I think it's going to be a fun game. Every time there's a Quaquaval, I think it's going to be a fun experience. So let's see how this game goes. My opponent has a really, really good looking team. And yeah, let's see. We have answers into rain for the most part, right? Archaludon is a really good one. But let's see how Weavile can do here. It's Pelipper, Dragapult. So I think he is Scarf Pelipper. I don't know why I have a feeling that that's Scarf Pelipper. I'm going to knock off Electroshot, that slot. If you're Scarf, you cannot outspeed Weavile. I know that. Scarf Pelipper is not fast enough to outspeed Weavile. So we're gonna see that you're gonna attack the Dragapult, the Archaludon, which is gonna give me a stamina boost, and he's not protecting the Pelipper. So let's see, knockoff. That's a choice scarf, yes, but he's still faster than Archaludon. Okay. He managed to get the Tailwind off. I could have just fake out. Right? I'm really surprised he made this play. Like, he had a Archaludon with Electro Shot, and Weavile with Fake Out, and I can KO the Dragapult, and he just said, nah, I'm just going to attack with both. Now, if that's the case, this Archaludon is probably... It's going to double the Archaludon, right? I'm going to try to Snarl here and bring Sinistcha. So we get some recovery here. It's not going to be enough to put us back to full health. They're Terrasolizing. I imagine the Archaludon. Yes, the Archaludon into an Electric Terra. Okay. So Electric Terra, Archaludon, Dragon Darts, some damage. We're 143, but we're +2 defense. So this Dragapult is not doing anything. It's going for a Terra Electric Electro Shot. Into what? Into the Weavile slot. No, into the Archaludon. Interesting. Oh my goodness, I did so much damage. And we get this Snarl. So we're gonna Rage Powder now. +3 defense. I think I'm gonna Dragon Pulse here. I just hope he's not Stalwart. He is Stalwart, like, game's over. Let's see. Electro Shot comes off. Are you Stalwart? Please don't be Stalwart. He is not Stalwart, I think. I could be wrong. Is this +1 Dragon Pulse gonna be enough? It is. Oof. Now the issue is that I don't have recovery anymore. I still have Annihilate in the back, and I haven't Terrasolized, so it's King Gambit. As long as he does not crit, I think we should win here. Fake Out into Gambit, Dragon Pulse into Dragapult. Right? I think this is fine. He already Terrasolized. I think that's Choice Banded Dragapult, so it cannot protect here. So let's see. Fake Out comes off. Dragon Darts, please don't crit my +3 defense Archaludon. Like, the game comes down to this. Yeah, no crit. So King Gambit flinches. Dragon Pulse comes off. Dragon Pulse is enough to KO Dragapult. And then the final Pokemon is going to be Annihilate. Tailwind Pierce out. So We just bring Denialib, and honestly, I don't think there's any way he can win. Like, maybe a double crit? You have to Sucker Punch crit the Archaludon. Because I know Drain Punch does not KO. So I'm going to bulk up Body Press. That should be enough. Yeah, Sucker Punch kills Archaludon. So now you have to Sucker Punch crit my Annihilate. I think +1 Drain Punch should be enough at this point. Let's see. No Sucker Punch. Okay, so Annihilate just... Oh, buddy, come on. Why? Why? Tell me why. Why do you have to be like this? Just take the loss and continue with your life. Like, what were you expecting was going to happen there? I don't know. He was probably mad, but GG to our opponent. That was a fun game. But Weavile didn't come. But that Archaludon, like, I wonder if it was choice specs. It did so much damage. Like, I know it was Terra Electric, but it did run 50% to that my Archaludon, I think. So I know there was a version of a similar team around that was using choice specs Archaludon. So I don't know if it's the same. But it had Weavile and Dragapult, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, so GG to our opponent. That was a great game. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, the rental codes are going to be available for a couple of weeks because I have to continue uploading more teams, and we only have 5 slots on Scarlet Violet for like rental teams. So, you know, this is not going to be available for a lot of time, only for like around 2 weeks. So hopefully you can give it a try if you want. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Until next time.